The insane tie-break between Nogerbek Kazybek and Raja Rithvik continues here. Rithvik pushes his pawn to a4. Well, the thing is that they had a 1-1 score in the classical, but then in 15 plus 10, Nogerbek won the first game, Rithvik struck back. In 10 plus 10, the same happened. And now we are in 5 plus 3 Blitz. This is the first game, and pawn to a4, the position is roughly around equal. It can go in anyone's direction right now. He plays his pawn to a4, Rithvik. He's putting pressure on these queenside pawns. If you were to take b takes a4, you do weaken the c4 square. So maybe knight takes a4 is something that you can do. Nogerbek has 1 minute, less than a minute on the clock. He goes bishop d1, slightly passive with 52 seconds. Rithvik has roughly a minute on the clock. Black's position looks quite nice with the king, rook and the bishop in the center of the board. How is Rithvik going to continue here? One idea is to simply take on b3 and then shift the rook from d8 to a8. Try to enter here. But once you take twice, maybe white will try to enter from the a file. Not so simple, but you can't take too much time here. You're down to your last 30 seconds. Well, you can see the nerves are creeping in. After all, not just an entry into the second round, but also a chance to play the World Champion Gukesh lies ahead for both these players. Rook goes back to d8. Rithvik wants to shift his rook to a8. And Nogerbek now has around 30 seconds on the clock. Same with Rithvik. He plays his knight to e2. Wants to move his knight to the d4 square. And Rithvik takes on b3. Nogerbek waits here. About to make his move here. He wants to maybe take with the bishop, but take with the pawn is much better. He takes back with the pawn. And now can we go rook a8? That's what we wanted, right? Bishop g4 played. Knight jumps into d4, offering a trade of bishops. But once you take here, the f5 square is weakened. Now you can see there's a check lying here. White's position has gotten quite a bit better here. Also, Nogerbek has a few extra seconds on the clock. Rithvik now plays his king to f7. And white goes rook a1. Good move. Good move. Black needs to play c5. Start getting some counterplay rolling, because white is coming in. Rook a7. He goes knight c8. That's a passive move. Now rook a8 should pin the knight. And it's a very good move. Will Rithvik be in trouble here? He has 5 seconds. Nogerbek doesn't play. He goes knight f5. Knight e7, offering a trade. Black is back in the game. Well, if you trade rooks, trade the knights, the rook endgame should be drawn. So he keeps the knights. Rook b8 played. Rook to a5. Fantastic. Putting the rook on an active square. The knight goes back. Maybe coming into d6 or b6. He goes knight f5 maybe. Yes, he goes knight to f5. Knight comes to e7. But is there a check now? Check king e6. He goes for a check. King comes up. He comes back to c4. Knight goes back to c8. Rithvik wants to come to d6 to trade. King here, knight d6 played, offering a trade. 9 seconds for Rithvik, 5 for Nogerbek. He goes knight b5, king e3. Black is back now, complete equal. He goes rook d8. Now you can see the rook can no longer come to a7. Knight goes to f3. Rook d1. He goes rook a8. Both rooks have penetrated into the opponent's camp. Knight d2. Attacking the rook, also defending the pawn. Rook c1 played. And now Nogerbek moves his rook to g8. He attacks the g7 pawn. Rithvik plays check. King goes back to f2. And now king f7. The rook goes to b8, attacking the b7 pawn. He brings his knight back. Pawn push to e5, takes. Pawn takes. And a rook to c2, a great move, pinning the knight on the 7th rank. King e3, He brings his knight to f5. He hadn't left the piece. He touched his piece as well. Nogerbek check. King d3. Rook c1. Checks. King e6. And now g4. Knight e7. He calls the arbiter. Well, essentially, I believe that Rithvik Raja kind of adjusted his king. But maybe Nogerbek thinks he had touched the king. And so then he moved the knight. And that's the reason why the arbiter has been called here. And Rithvik is explaining that he actually touched the king. He hadn't really touched the knight. And we have arbiter Swapnil Bansod coming in. And the thing is, it's difficult to determine. The arbiter may have to look at the video footage in order to arrive at a conclusion. And he starts the clock. Knight e7. Nogerbek, one of the most gentleman players out there. Knight to f3 played. He's better now, clearly better. In fact, a pawn up. Rook check, king e4, pushes the pawn to c5, check, king f7, played. Pushes g5, another wonderful move. Takes, knight takes on g5, king goes back to e8. And now the g7 pawn is a weakness. He gives a check, king here, another check, king goes back to e8. Maybe now e6 should be a very powerful move. He goes knight e6, but check now, another check, king f5, another check. It may be that Rithvik is back in the game. Check. And he moves the king to g4. Now rook takes e5, knight g7, you go king f8, if h6, king g8, and stop the pawn from moving ahead. Should be possible to hold this. He takes on e5, knight g7, king f8 with 12 seconds. Both players have roughly 12 or 13 seconds left. h6 pushed, king g8, now forced move. If you don't find this, it's all over. Rithvik has 12 seconds to find it. Oh, he pushes rook e1, but now knight h5 is the winning move. And Nogerbek finds it, another beautiful move, threatening here. And it's all over. The rook falls away and he resigns, but his position is lost. He couldn't make a move. And look at that. Both players completely exhausted here by the fight. But Nogerbek takes 1-0 lead in the match here in the Blitz portion. Rithvik, like he has done in 15+10 segment and 10+10, needs to make a comeback here. It's not at all going to be easy. Look at that tiredness on the face. I think both of them are exhausted. This was the 5th game that they played today. It's now 6th. The tie-breaks day at the FIDE World Cup is super intense. The players sign the score sheets and get up from the board. It's time now for the second game. Can Rithvik make a comeback with the white pieces? Well, he's down to his last 8 seconds. The position is equal. Nogerbek has roughly a minute on the clock. If you can see, white has an extra pawn on the king side. Black moves in with rook d2. King comes up to f3. And now rook to c2 played. He goes rook b3. And king comes up to e6. Bishop g3 played here, just protecting these squares. And now Nogerbek is also burning his time on the clock. It is clear that his g7 pawn is a weakness. And his knight has to remain there to stop the white knight. Knight g2 coming into f4. He goes knight d5, trying to stop it. Knight h4 coming in here. He has to move back. He goes rook c3. But now maybe keep the rooks on the board. No, he trades. That's not a good idea when you are in a must win. Knight f5, king f7, knight d6. He comes up. King to e6. Now the knight defends the pawn. The bishop defends the knight. He goes knight f5, king goes back to f7, another check, king e6. Nogerbek playing super fast here because even though he has 30 seconds, he knows that he can win this game. Rithvik, meanwhile, surviving on 7 seconds on the clock. One idea is to play bishop c5, hit the knight here. He plays it. Knight takes b7, goes back to e7. And now there's no way to defend this pawn. So he goes knight a5, knight takes b5. Knight goes to c6. And great sportsmanship shown here by Nogerbek, even though Rithvik's piece fell and he adjusted it after pressing the clock. King goes back to d7. The knight gives a check. King e6. Draw is not enough for Rithvik. He already lost the previous game. He is in a must win now. Bishop to d6. He goes king e4, knight check, king d3, and now bishop takes f4. Makes a lot of sense. He takes it. You must take ef4, but he takes on c3 and bd6 traps the knight. Now this knight can no longer move, and black is completely winning here. King d4, f5 takes, king f5, king comes up to d5. Is Rithvik fighting back? The bishop is attacked. Nogerbek has last few seconds. He's down to 4, 3, 2. Oh my god, he's going to lose on time. He had 1 second left. He makes a move and goes up to 4. Knight to c7. Pawn to g6. e4 check. Oh my goodness. White is now pushing forward. King comes up. He goes knight e6. The best move there. Bishop goes back to a3, king g5, and it seems like black is within the distance of draw. He plays knight c2 with couple of seconds there. Bishop f8, both players fumbling here. Of course the tension is high. White has 2 pawns now, but black has the outside passer. He can start pushing. a5 pushed. You want to push f5 now. King e4 maybe makes sense. He goes knight to d4, a4 check, king f7, great move. And now a3, a2, a1 coming in. Goes knight to c6, a3, and everything shifts there. Rithvik resigns, Nogerbek wins, qualifies there. Look at that expression. He makes it to round 2 and will face Gukesh. The players played a total of 8 games, with them exchanging blows in the 15 plus 10 and 10 plus 10 segment. But in 5 plus 3, it was Nogerbek who came out on top, winning both the games. And we'll leave you with his interview. But before that, check out the expression of him moving out from the playing hall into meeting his team members.
Молодец, супер.
Congratulations.
I'm joined here by Kazybek Nogerbek, who defeated Raja Rithvik in such an exciting match, right? What an intense tiebreaks it was. Tell us your feelings right now, Kazybek.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, it's very crazy match for me and my first experience in the World Cup. So I try to enjoy every games, and of course my opponent Raja Rithvik, he's very strong from India, and I know the match should be very tough for me, But yes, in the classical chess, we have a chance, and one move he have a good chance, and after this advantage for me, and yes, so it's it's crazy games, and tie 1-1, and yes, I prepared to tie break. Just I thought in the first rapid match, and I thought, and in first match, my opponent win or me. I thought this, but I don't prepare to 3 or 4 matches. So, but my opponent is, of course, he's very. Very strong. I wish him all the best every time, because he play very good, really, because I won first rapid and second rapid, and I play 2 games, next 2 games with white, but he beat me 2 times, so it's and after this I thought I should lose this match, but yes, just okay, like lucky moment. But this is Blitz, so yeah, so that's why.
I think in the 5+3 Blitz game, the first Blitz game, I think something happened towards the end. Can you tell our viewers what exactly happened?
Yes, I think this is my mistake, but I'm not sure. Need to check the video, because I thought my opponent touched the other piece when he didn't say adjust before the move. But okay, Arbiter say everything is good, and my opponent say also, and we just continue. But I'm not sure about he can claim 1 minute plus 1 minute or no. I don't know about him about this, but okay, it's a strange moment. I think it's I need to check the video, of course.
And I think in both the Blitz games, you played very well. And then you came out, and we saw that you shook hands, you clapped your hands with few people here. Can you tell us about a little bit about them who are here with you in this tournament?
Yes, one of the person is my coach when I was young, and 6 or 7 years old. He starting to coaching me, and second, my mentor, psychological, yes, and he helped me to analyze my like attitude or like this, yes. So and okay, about discipline, yes, this, yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. And we also saw Grandmaster Rauf Mamedov there. Is he working with you? Or it was just-
Not now, but we play same team in European Club Cup.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I play in Ugar team, so I'm very proud to play this very strong team, Azerbaijan team, and I very enjoy when and I speak with Azerbaijan peoples, and yes, he rooting for me, so that's why I want to say him thank you so much.
That's really wonderful to hear. And okay, in round 2 tomorrow, you will play the world champion,
Yeah.
Gukesh. How's the feeling about that match?
Of course, first feeling I'm very happy, because this is my first experience to play against world champion. Okay, I play against Pragnananda, against Arjun. I win both players in rapid or on Blitz, and yes, and I'm very happy to play against very strong players, because this is, first of all, it's a good experience. So I try to enjoy my game, and of course, it's very good feels. Yeah.
It's amazing. And one final question, Kazybek. Your very good friend Nihal Sarin is here.
Yes, yeah.
Have you met him here? Did you speak with him?
Yes, of course. Yeah, and by the way, in the Rhodes, I play with him tennis 2 or 3 times, and he also like tennis, and we play 2 or 3 hours. It's I'm very enjoy and happy to always speak with him, and we met here yesterday. I thought I losing and I can't meet him, but okay, I go to tiebreak, and he go yesterday. So go yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Kazybek, and best
Thank you.
wishes for your match against Gukesh.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, it's I'm just very tired, and so that's why I don't know how to speak. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.